Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called The Forges of Ravenshire. Forges of Ravenshire is a game for 1 to 4 players, designed by Sam Stockton from B.A Games. Plays in about 50 to 100 minutes, ages 12 plus. Now, in this game, let's see if there's any flavor text, because I do like to do that occasionally. This giant rule book. Grab a hammer and some steel, it's time to forge. The Blacksmiths Guild of Ravenshire is in need of a new Forgemaster. You and your fellow smiths are competing to see who can make the most money and become the new Forgemaster. So that's it. We're little animals. I'll show you a cool player board here in a minute. So animals like on this rule book here and on the cover. I think that's the same guy, yeah. Little animals who are trying to run a forge to earn the most money by making weapons, armor, all that kind of good stuff. And it's done through some dice drafting, dice placement, and some simultaneous play, which is really cool. So that's enough talking about it. Let's go on the table. Check it out. All right, so here's a game of The Forges of Ravenshire, all set up for 2 players. To set up, you're going to put the board in the middle of the table or wherever you want. Set up the board. And then you're going to take 2 of each of the colors of dice, so green, yellow, and purple, which represent harvest, alchemy, and merchants. You're going to roll 2 greens, put them here, 2 yellows, put them here, 2 purples, put them here. Shuffle all of the guild tokens or put them in a cup, that's what I do, and flip 6. You'll pick 4 titles, which are these goal cards that everyone's trying to achieve. Put 4 out. Then you're going to shuffle the level 1, level 2, and level 3 contracts. Common, exceptional, and legendary, I believe. Then you're going to flip 3. You can have the deck next to it, but just for room's sake, I did that. Then you're going to put the action tokens. I don't know if you can see those off to the side. They're the little hammer. Then you'll have money. And you will have the mythic tokens. And then you'll give each player a player board, which is, it folds out. I put the other ones away so I can't show you. But it'll fold open. And then each player is going to get 1 of each of the colors of dice, which we've done here, and I've rolled it. 4 coins, an action token, 2 overtime cards, which are these 2 cards in their color. These 4 cards here, which you can't see, but it's going to tell you what the mystics are, what the goods are, what you're going to do in the gathering phase, and what your action tokens can do. I have those off to the side just so I can reference them while I'm playing. And each player will take a cube of their color and put it on 1 of all the goods. And you're going to get these upgrade tokens: steel, charcoal, and mark it accordingly. This player is not starting with any out. This player is starting with all of their board upgraded because they have, you're also going to get a card. It's an assistant card, I think. They're the patron, so they get all their upgrades. I'm the badger, so I get this extra die. And then I think we're ready to go after all that, I believe. And then you'll put 1 of your markers on 0 on the reputation track. Whoever rolled the highest dice goes first. And now we're ready to play. So this game is going to be played over 4 rounds. And the way that a round works, it's going to be in 3 phases. It's going to be the gathering phase, which is where we're going to be placing and taking dice to get stuff. So all these different goods and run some guilds. To then do production over here, which is going to let us manipulate some of our wood, some of our, I don't know what that is, but I think stone maybe, to turn it into steel. And get some, so we're going to do dice over here to produce things, and then dice over here to make things. And then we may be able to complete some contracts, and we may be able to use some action tokens, all that kind of thing. And then once those 2 phases are done, we'll do round cleanup and play through 3 more rounds, right? So let's see how it works. So this player's first because they rolled highest. And I want to show you mostly on this board just because it's on the screen better than this one. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this one. So we'll do most of what is going on over here. So when you in the gathering phase, what you're going to do is you're going to take a die and you're going to put it on the board. Then where you put it, based on the value that you put, it's going to produce things for you. So this one's going to give you guild markers a good and or a mystic based on what number you put. This will give you steel and an action token depending on what number you put, charcoal and some ember gems, leather and a talisman, wood and a dragon scale. I don't know what that one is, but this good and mithril. What is that good? Ore and mithril. All right. So I think what they want to do is, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to spend an action token. So when you spend an action token, you can do them at any time before or after your action in the gathering phase, not in the production phase. And they're going to spend one to take a contract. Now, you get rid of the token. At the beginning of the game, we're only able to get level 1 contracts. As we move up reputation, we'll unlock more. They're going to give you better points. So I think the first thing they want to take is they're going to take this armor one, because they can see there's an armor goal and they like to start working for that. So they'll take this card, put it over here, somewhere around their board. And now they know they need 8 steel and 3 leather. Kind of gives them a goal, some purpose in life, so they can do their thing. Now they're going to take a die and they're going to take this one. They're going to put it, let's see. Need leather and steel. Let's take the 5 here. That's going to give me 1 steel. I can't really reach this board that well, which is part of the reason why I don't want to do too much on it. And 1 action token, so they get their action token back. And then they can take any die off of this board and also collect those resources as well. And I think what they're going to do is they're going to take this one. So that's a 2. So they can take a guild and any good, and they're going to go ahead and take a leather. And they can take any of these guild tokens. These guild tokens have a cost. They have a cost here. Then they're going to give you some benefit. So let's see. I think they're going to go ahead and they're going to pay the 3 coins. They're going to take this one. Nope. They'll pay 2 coins. And they'll take this one. Goes right there in that purple guild. Then when you take the die, you're going to fire off that color guild. So they're going to fire off everything in the purple. They can either get a coin or pay a coin for an action token. They're going to take a coin. And then for their next one, they're going to get a coin. And that's a turn. All right, now this player, they have an action token as well. I don't think I want to use it yet because I'm going to try to get one. But I do want, this will slide down. We'll get a new token out. Guild. All right. And I think I do want to get a contract. So I'm going to get a contract. I'm going to do a similar thing to the other player. And I'm going to take this armor. I need steel and leather. Okay. And then I'm going to try to get some steel. Or what makes steel? Ore and charcoal. Let's get some charcoal. So I'm going to send my 6 here. That'll give me 2 charcoal. And 1 ember gem. And then I want to take something off, and let's do leather. That's a good one. I'll take it 4. I'll get 2 leather for that. And then I get to run all this, and I will take a talisman. Now these mystics, most of them are going to help you get extra points for contracts and when you're doing other like market exchanges. The talisman, however, you can turn those in to adjust dice pips. You can see here, talisman can go up or down by 1 until you upgrade this, and then I can do 2 pips. So yeah, that's where we are, and that's my turn. I'm back to this player. I'm not going to spend as much time on this player's turn, so I'll just go here. They'll take 2 ore and a mithril, and then they're going to take this one, which will give them 2 wood and an extra good of their choice. They want another leather. Leather's hard to get, so we'll stick with leather. Back to me. I need a bunch of steel and leather. I need 2 more leather, so let's try to get those leather now. So let's go here with a 1. Let's go with the 1. So that'll give me 2 leather and a talisman. And then I get to pull a die off. I want to pull this one off. And that'll give me 1 steel and 1 action token. And then for my action token, I'm going to recruit a guild member. Yeah, I can't use that now. No, that's fine. I'm not going to use it right now. I'll go here and I'm going to take another steel because I get any good of my choice for firing off the green. All right, this player, they're just going to go here, take 2 wood. And then they will pull the 1 off. That will give them 1 steel. And we'll just take 2 coins. All right, my last turn. And I'm going to use a talisman. And I'm going to bump this up to a 4. And I'm going to go here. That's going to give me a steel and an action token. And I'm going to spend 2 action tokens because I want to move up on the reputation by using my overtime. So I'm going to use my overtime. And I'm going to spend this. I get to move up on a reputation. That's the anvil. So I move up 1. This is the yellow one, I think. Yes. And then I get a good of my choice. And this card's out of the game. So I'm going to take another steel. All right. Now I want to get some ore. So let's get some ore here. I can't get it yet. Everywhere I want to go is full. So where did I put my die? Oh, steel. Oh, I can't get ore. So let's go here. We'll take 2 ore and a mithril. And I'm going to get a good bitted yellow. So let's do a dragon scale. All right. Now, that's the end of the gathering phase. Now, I'm going to ignore this player's board now, and we're just going to look at this one. So let's go ahead and just scoot this over some more. Now, this part's going to be done simultaneously. Everyone's going to use these 3 dice that they have to do stuff on their player board. And I, because I'm the badger, have this card. I have a 4th die that I can do in production, which is on this side. So I need to get 3 more steel. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to send this 5. And I'm going to come down here. That'll give me 3 steel. 1, 2, 3. And then that will let me make charcoal and ore into steel. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, and I'll do 2 more steel. So 1, 2, that gives me 10 steel. All right, now I'm going to send this 4. I'm going to go here. That'll give me any good of my choice. I'm going to do a leather, and I'm going to do an ember gem. I'm going to do a mithril, actually. Mithril. And then for the 5, I'm just going to go here. I'm going to take 4 coins. Again, every other player is doing this simultaneously. I'm just not focusing on that because I just want to show you what happens here. Then I have a 1 left. And I think for the 1, I'm going to go here and I'm going to do 4 charcoal. And I can convert wood into charcoal, which I think I'm not going to do right now because I only have 1 wood. All right, then what we can do here is we can complete contracts if we have them, and I do. So I need to spend 8 steel, which I have 10. So I'll go to 2 and 0. And I need 5 leather. I have 6, so I'm down to 1. And now I've completed this. Now, when I complete a goal, I have a choice. I can complete it regular to just get the bonus on the card. So I would get $14, 14 gold, and 1 action. Or I can make it a mithril plated armor or an ember gem contract and get extra money for this one, prestige, for reputation for this one. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go over here. I need 2 mithril along with what I already spent plus a charcoal. So I have 1 charcoal that I need to spend. And now I get to increase my reputation up by 1 along with what I get. So I go up here. Now I'm able to do 2-star exceptional contracts. I get 14 gold, 10, 15, and then we'll get rid of 1. And then I get 1 action token. Action tokens, even if you don't spend them to do actions, they're worth a point at the end of the game. And also during all of this stuff, I'm allowed to do my market. That's the generic non-upgraded market, so you can trade Ember Gems for that. 2 goods, Dragon Scale and Charcoal for $1 and a good if I wanted to do that. 3 goods for 1, 3 Mystics for 1. But for upgraded, you get a little bit of a better deal on the Talisman. And I think that's it. Yeah. All right, and then that's that. They did everything they're going to do. They didn't complete their contract. And then what we would do is we would get ready for the next round by seeing if anybody met these goals. 9 guilds. You start with 3. So if you get 9, you can complete that. And only people who complete it at the end of the round, the first person that gets it, if multiple people tie, they can all do it. But like if I completed this round, no one completed the next round because it's gone. 3 exceptional contracts completed, 7 contracts completed, or 5 armors here, which is why we both took armors. I have 1, I need 4 more. So we look at that. If anybody completes those, they get some points. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of these here. We'll slide these down. We'll get 3 new ones. Again, they're probably not shuffled that well in here, so I do apologize for that, but just showing you how it works. Take all of our dice back, we'll re-roll them, so I'll get my 4. These will be for over here. This one will be for over here. They'll do the same. Then the first player will pass, so I'll be first player now. And then the first player will take all the dice on the board, pass the round marker, and they're going to roll I'll just take this one, it's fine. They're going to roll a random one for each location. So location 1 is this one, location 2, this one, location 3, this one, location 4, this one, location 5, and location 6. And then we're ready to go. We're going to do that again for round 2, round 3, round 4. At the end of round 4, we do the gathering and the production, and then we're going to go to final scoring. And final scoring is pretty simple. You're going to trade all of your mystics into dragon scales. So like if I had these 2, I could trade these 2 into dragon scales. So I'd get 2 more dragon scales. Then using the market, you can convert dragon scales plus charcoal into points. So I could spend these 3 plus 3 charcoal to take 3 coins. Coins are points. You're going to win by having the most amount of coins. So every time you're getting and spending coins, you're gaining and losing points. So you do all that. Then you're going to get the gold shown on this. So I'll get 2 more coins. You play any unused overtime cards paying their cost as normal. So I can spend 2 tokens to get these 3 coins, which is good. Trade in action tokens. So I can trade this in for a gold because they're worth a point. And then add the gold to the gold you've earned through the game, count up all your gold, and that is your score. And whoever has the most gold after all that is the winner. If there's a tie, tied player with the highest reputation wins. If there's still a tie, the tied player with the most completed contract wins. And if 2 or more players have equal amounts of gold, reputation, and completed contracts, the one with the most goods and mystics wins. So there's a decent amount of tiebreakers, which is nice. And that is a quick overview of how you play the Forges of Ravenshire. Let's go up the top, see what we think about it. All right, well, that was Forges of Ravenshire. Now, this game is not a production copy. This is a prototype, and it's going to be hitting Kickstarter soon-ish from the time this video is dropped. I'll put the date in the video description with a link and all that good stuff so you can go check it out when the project is live, and I'll share it around socials and all that stuff. So I'm not going to go into the production too much other than one piece that is fantastic. Actually 2. There are 2 pieces of this that I think are really nice. So the player board, I don't know how well you saw this on the table, has holes in it where the dice go, which is really cool. The dice just fit in these holes so they're not sliding all around. And I appreciate that a whole ton. That is awesome. So nice board here. Doesn't need to be dual layer because you're not doing much with it. But this is the player board. So remember I said it folded in half. So this is what the art looks like. This is the majority of the art in the game is on the back of this player board. And on this side of the player board is for the solo game if you want to do that. But if you're playing the regular game, you're going to open up the player board. Then you have this fantastic dual layer player board right here, with holes for all of the cubes and the dice and the upgrades. The upgrades fit in super fantastically, like they go in there. They're easy to get out. The dice fit in there nice, no issue. I'm not going to put it in there because I don't want it falling out, but the dice fit in there really nice. These guild markers go in here. They stay in there, which is cool. I mean, then they're easy to get out because they got little finger holes. So I know this is a prototype, but this is fantastic. If this stays in the game, this alone and the actual game board make this game worth getting, because that's a nice component. So that's the extent of what I'm going to show you in components, because again, prototype, a lot of this stuff probably could change and will end up looking nicer. They already look nice, but they'll look nicer. So let's talk about the gameplay. This game, I'm kind of mixed on some of it. It's a good game, I like it, but my issue with it is it takes a decent amount of time to set up, and it takes up a big space on the table for a game that is smaller than it looks. And what that means is it looks kind of like it's a heavy, beefy Euro game, but it's actually a pretty, like, I wouldn't say light, but like a medium weight dice drafting game. Anybody can play this game. I can take this to my family who doesn't play a ton of games. I can teach them the rules. We'd be up and running and having a good time. So while my issue where I'm mixed is it looks like a beast on the table, and that could turn some people off. Now, it doesn't turn me off. The bigger the better. I like all that, but it could be. And the setup is a little bit kind of time consuming, but once you get through all that and you get playing, it just sinks, and it's fun. So I enjoy this game. I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's, in final production mode and has gone through Kickstarter and it's got all the bells and whistles and all that kind of thing. And I'd like to see maybe some additional guilds, because in this copy, there's not very many of these guild cards, or tiles, I guess. So, we played a 2-player game and almost ran out. And I know that's, again, prototype, I'm not complaining about that, but it'd be nice to have a whole pile of these, more of these patron cards, where I got the extra die, maybe some more of those. Sky's the limit when it comes to Kickstarter. So again, check the link out if you're interested. The game looks cool to you. I definitely say go check it out, throw some support. The Stocktons, I don't know them personally, but our friends over at the Board Game Rundown are big fans, big friends, and they think they're great guys and they like their company, love their game. So that sits well with me. So I feel the same. I feel like I know them, even though I don't really. So fun game. I'm not going to give it a rating or anything. I'm just kind of showing you what it's about, how it played, and kind of talking about my thoughts on it overall. And that's, it's a solid game. I would recommend you check it out. I recommend you go to the Kickstarter, back it at deluxe, get all the bells and whistles. I'm sure if the player board here is this good, there's going to be even better stuff coming when the Kickstarter's done. So just go check it out. So that's the Forges of Ravenshire from B.A Games. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics. And as always, keep gaming.